Hi everybody, my name is Taylor Carpenter and I'm submitting this application to the Oregon Health and Science University to become a student of the dental program. In my application, I intend to persuade you to believe in why I am the most fit candidate to ever apply for this program. So bear with me. I was born and raised in Portland and I am the youngest of 4 older siblings. Now, since I'm the youngest of the family, like most other younger siblings, I've had a lot of competition growing up. Now that made me very motivated to be better than my siblings, but nonetheless, they mean the world to me. Now that I'm a little bit older, I still have that motivation, but ultimately I just want to be in a place that I can be around my family. And that's why OHSU is such a good fit for me, because it's close to home. Going into college, I wanted to have a plan that really fit me and was true to my lifestyle, but I never really found what I was looking for. It wasn't until the COVID pandemic that I began to see that I did not want to work in an intensive care unit as a nurse, being the fresh meat on the chopping block for this unknown virus. So I kept more of an open mind. Now, I am an extremely goal-oriented person and I care a lot about my future prosperity. I also care a lot about my family, and I know that at the end of the day, I need to take full responsibility for shaping my future. I ultimately realized that the best job for me was one where I'm able to have a good relationship with patients. It was actually through the dad of one of my really close friends that I was able to be introduced to the field of dentistry. He took me under his wing the summer of 2020 and let me learn in his office about what it took to be a dentist. Now, the idea of becoming a dentist in particular was never really on my mind, but it became to be what I saw as the best of both worlds, in which I have a personal relationship with my parents and a personal relationship with my patients. Through a little bit of background research, I see how OHSU prides itself on how their students are good students both inside and outside of the school, and I intend to be just that. I think that my biggest strengths come from my care for others, and I think that my care is good on an applicable status to the 3 factors that OHSU looks for in its future students. Those being intellectual ability, physical competence, and personal responsibility. So, moving forward, I took full advantage of all the opportunities that were given to me over the past few years to work both underneath dentists and oral surgeons. I also took responsibility every day to show up to work both happy and in a mental state of mind where I was able to absorb everything that was being taught to me in all of those offices. I learned what it meant to be more than just a doctor. I learned what it meant to be a life advisor. What I want to receive from being a student at the Oregon Health and Science University is the foundational education that will set me up for a successful career. As a future boss, I believe it is important to have a core value that makes others feel welcome and happy. Something that I can deliver consistently is a good attitude, even when things don't go my way. Something that really stuck out to me in Finding Nemo was how Dory kept saying, "Just keep swimming, just keep swimming." And what I loved about this is how Dory never got caught up in the situation at hand, and she just kept moving in her day-to-day life. And eventually, everything turned out okay. I think the best example of this in my personal life was my decision to leave home. Although it was difficult for me to leave my family, I had to keep a good attitude and I had to put my goals first. So I just kept swimming. And that brings me to where I am, here today at this interview with my dream school in my hometown. And I can safely say getting into this program is not a spur of the moment idea, but this has been a very thought out dream of mine for years. That hopefully no longer is just a figment of my imagination. I just want to say thank you for your time and your attention today while you listened to me and learned a little bit about myself and my focus on both my future and my family. Thank you for having me, and I am looking forward to becoming a community member at this school.